Thank you, guys. Thank you. Lovely to see all of you here.
My name is Gladson Peter. If any of you haven't seen me, I do something called as a one-man band. How many of you have seen something like that? Have you seen me? All right, that's great. I'm gonna just start off with my story because this is gonna be a little fun. So I'm gonna start off with how I started, why I started, and why I do this for a living. Why am I doing this as a musician for a living? So I started playing music when I was about 3 years old. When I was a kid, somebody gifted me a toy keyboard on my birthday, and my father plays a little bit of the keyboard and a little bit of the guitar. Wouldn't say a little bit, he plays it. And he taught me how to play the first tune, which was Happy Birthday. Okay, and as I grew a little older, I actually started getting more interested in taking spoons and forks in my house and started banging on everything wherever I could. So the refrigerator was my drums, the utensils were my drums. Anyone does that? Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. I mean, so I feel so included, right. So I used to do that. I was making great music, I think, and annoying the hell out of everybody else at home. But that doesn't matter because all of that has shaped me into something. I kept growing older. I was brought up in a church environment because my father is a pastor of a church, and we were always involved in music and all of these things which happen in the church. And I used to start playing the bongo, and then I got a little bit of an upgrade to a bigger instrument called the congo. The bongo was just 2 drums, congo was 3 drums. I felt like, this is great. A little young boy just like getting an upgrade. That's a great thing. And kept growing older and older. I started picking up instruments like the guitar and keyboard. They were just lying at my place, and my father used to play them when guests come. And I picked it up. I just watched him how he played all the new chords, all the new styles, and I didn't even just watch him, but also watched other people play when we used to go for other events. So I was in my 8th standard. I was going from my 8th standard to 9th standard, and uh, I went to this kids camp where someone in the front was talking to all the kids, okay, and he asked us to draw the picture of a person that you would want to be like, okay, and honestly, I had never watched much of Bollywood movies. I didn't know any of the movie scene. I didn't watch anything apart from a little bit of cartoon. Yeah, that's all I knew, and a little bit of cricket. But I had already picked up a couple of instruments, and I pictured that, okay, I want to be someone who probably plays a lot of instruments. So I drew the picture of a person with a guitar, not a ukulele, a guitar, a keyboard. There was a lot of space on the paper, right? So I started drawing the pictures of a drum kit, a keyboard, whatever I could think of, a harmonica and stuff like that. And we completely forgot about it. But a lot of times we have these hopes and dreams when we're growing up. And we don't need to be really conscious about them all the time. But it always stays in the head, yes or no? Yeah, it always stays in the head. So I don't know why that was in my head. And I completely forgot about it after that. When I was in college, now here's the thing where people are going to hate me, but this is the truth, and this is what has made me into something different. So I was in college, and a lot of things changed for me in my college. One of the things was that I failed my 12th 3 times. All right. What happened was I was with my friends, just like everybody with me, and all my friends who used to smoke, I used to chill with them. I never smoked or touched a cigarette. But, what happened was all of that smoke, it started entering into my body. They say that passive smoking is harmful. I didn't realize it until it happened to me. All of that smoke, it started entering into my body. One day I went back home and I puked. And this was very different from regular puking. Second day, third day, a week, a month, 5 months, 9 months, a year, and I'm still going back home and vomiting every single thing that I ate. I was down to about 30 kgs, which was like your stick figures. That's all I knew to draw, so I became that. Um, and what happened was when we went to the doctors asked me if I'm a heavy smoker. I was like, you're out of your mind. You can't ask this question to me. What happened was we found out that all of that smoke, it went into my lungs. It choked me right from my throat until my lungs. And there was no food passing from my throat. It would just stay here, and probably I get a little bit of energy. And what happened during this time was a little energy that flowed into my body could only allow me to sit for half an hour max. And if I have to sit for that half an hour, I had to lie down for more than 4 hours. If I did not lie down, I couldn't even rest on my back and sit. It was a horrible situation. I was literally breathing like once in 8 seconds, once in 9 seconds. I'm very accurate about these because I was sure of dying. I was sure of, just being breathless and dead. We went to the doctors, and when we got out of the hospital, he said, hey, you're just entering tuberculosis. This is called pleural effusion. And from now on, you cannot really play any instruments which requires your lungs or for you to blow in and blow out. So I had to stop playing the harmonica. I couldn't play it anyway at that time. When they did the operation, the second toughest set of bones in your body, the first one is your rib cage. The second one is your lung. The first one is your spinal cord. The second one is your rib cage. And when they sucked out all of those fluids, which then become the tar, it created 2 holes in my body. One on my left, which I have even now. One on my right, which I've become a little fat now, so it's covered. But it's there. And I was told that I've lost 60% of my lungs. This is when life completely changed for me, because I wanted to be like my father. I wanted to help people because he was doing it. I wanted to pray for people. I wanted to also be a little cool and have an awesome bike, which weighs a lot of, and all those kind of things. But when the doctors discharged me with this note, all of my hopes, all of my dreams, everything that I ever had came crashing down to zero. But I had this one hope. I did my DOTS treatment from the government, and later in 2016, December, I was just battling life and I was on the verge of committing suicide. I was like, I can play so many instruments, but there is literally no use of it. What's the point? I was in my college. I fought back and got back to my college. I'm from Wilson College. And one day I just woke up with this dream where I literally heard God say, how about you take all of these musical instruments, put them together and play? When I shared it with my brother, it was so funny because we only knew of Mickey Mouse who did that. Have you seen Mickey Mouse? Yeah, I like that smile. Because I was so clueless. I was like, yeah, cartoons can do it. This is not possible by any human being. But a lot of my friends came in, they helped me out, and even though I couldn't breathe and I was told not to play a harmonica or a flute, which is so simple to breathe in and out, in 2017, in the month of February, I put up my first rig, which consisted of 13 musical instruments, which has a bass drum, a snare drum, a hi-hat, a cymbal, a guitar which had a blowing instrument called the melodica. It had a ukulele on top. I had a diatonic harmonica. I had a chromatic harmonica. I had a kazoo. I had a slide whistle. I had a ghungroo because dancers now... I learned 2 things during this phase. I wouldn't call myself spiritual. I'm just like everybody else. I chill and do a lot of things. But I learned that we don't call for some problems in our lives. I did not call for tuberculosis. That would probably be the last thing I would have ever thought of. It cut my life short so badly. But through that, there was a story. I trusted God, and the second thing was I never gave up on my passion. I never gave up on the fact that, you know, when I drew those instruments on the piece of paper when I was in school, it was still stuck in my head. When God reminded me back in 2017, it was not on the paper, it was all on me. And that is when we came to know that this particular act is called as India's first and only one-man band. Isn't that brilliant? So I just wanted to let you know that if you are going through problems in your life, if you are going through hardships, it's completely normal. All you have to do is just trust God and work on your passion. Never give up on your hopes and dreams. You know, when you're in college, if you want to do something, like for example, I wanted to stay in music. The first thing that I really did was I have never missed out on any college festival. I've been in this college, I've performed here as well. And yeah, so that is how I became the one-man band. I'm cutting it short to this particular instrument. This is called the ukulele. It has 4 strings. It's not a toy guitar or a baby guitar. No. All right. I'm gonna have you sing a song which I wrote with me. All right. This is my jam. This is all my friends' jam. And if you see me at any event, you will definitely hear this song. All right. So, who's that? Oh. All right. So I wrote this song exactly when I got out of all this trouble in my life. And the song says that, you know, we have so many problems, we have so many things happening in our life, but it's cool, we live life anyway. Okay? Can you say it's cool? We live life anyway. You just have to simply join in and say it's cool, okay? Okay, repeat after me. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. We live life anyway. We live life. Come on, tap your hands. Yeah. And yesterday, it didn't feel like it made my day. I spilled coffee over all my pain, so I went to the bay. Yesterday, it didn't feel like it made my day. I spilled coffee over all my pain, so I went to the bay. And it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, and it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, and it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. We live life once more, and it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, and it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, and it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. We live life anyway. Okay, so I'm actually a South Indian, but I've lived all my life in Mumbai, and I can't talk Marathi for shit, but I have a line in this song which says something, you'll know about it, but all Mumbaikars actually go to the bay to chill. Do you go to the bay? Marine Drive? So this is what happened. And I'm cycling to the bay. I met a cop on the way, cause I didn't have license. And he stopped me by the side of the road and asked, "Hey, तुझं नाव काय रे?" And I'm cycling to the bay. I met a cop on the way. And he stopped me by the side of the road and asked, and it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool and it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool and it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We live life any one last time and it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We live life anyway. Thank you.
अच्छा, so we won't let you go इतना easily. अभी time है show को, ठीक है? So we have few things, ठीक है? उसके पहले भाई कैसा था journey, कैसा लगा इसका? So like we have few questions and then the audience can also ask questions, ठीक है? So 2 questions. पहला question ये है कि पूरे the nation wants to know, हम लोग सबके parents wants to know, कमा कितना लेते हो आप? कमा कितना लेते हो आप?
काफी सारे दिल.
क्या? Shit! बहुत hard. समझ में नहीं आ रहा अभी, मतलब कचरा भी हुआ पर कंटेंट भी मिला है, तो अभी करूँ क्या? ओके, सो ठीक है, नाइस वन, बहुत अच्छा था. सो सेकेंडली लाइक हम लोग क्या, जब जितने भी आर्टिस्ट लोग हैं, ठीक है, सो वंस वी स्टार्ट परस्यूइंग आर्टिस्ट लाइफ, तो बहुत लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं, लाइक बहुत लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं, मेरे भी फ्रेंड्स करते हैं, बट बहुत लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं कि यार क्या कर रहा है, ठीक है, थोड़ा समझ रहा है, थोड़ा टाइम के बाद कितना क्या चलेगा. तो हाउ डू यू रिप्लाई टू देम, हाउ डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड देम, मतलब कैसा अभी, यू नो, यू after some time you can't say everyone, अरे नहीं bro, I need some time and to work hard, and then थोड़ा time बाद it will work. You know, you can't give that justification to everyone. Right. So like, how do you deal with that?
I think one of the things was, even I fought with my family, because you can't just stay as a musician.
Yeah,
you
exactly. Your family can't say it's cool.
Yeah. I was a little blessed. They were partially cool. They kind of knew what I was doing. But of course, when I got out of college, my story was that I was performing with an amazing organization called as NSPA. We used to wear, I'm saying used to because I don't perform anymore, but we would wear yellow t-shirts and you would see us at all the metro stations, regular railway stations, the park over here. There's a park over here, right? Yeah, there's an aeroplane which is over there. That one, and Carter Road, Bandstand, all these places. I was already performing on the streets, okay, earning very little money, and I was supporting myself. Now the biggest thing was, when I was in college, I wanted to stay in music, so I never missed out on any opportunity for me to present myself or to, you know, gain something from there. And I didn't do it for the sake of it. I did it because I wanted to nail it. Because I know that I always believe in God, and I believe that I have a God-given talent. So when I want to put it out, I don't want to put it mediocre. You know, I know that if God has given me something, I want to give it back in the best way possible. So I worked hard when I was in college. You know, because even when you want to give back to your parents, right? When I was working in a call center, my first salary, I bought my mom that 5220 or something, you know. I want to give back. Like, that was all my salary, like 6,000. And I gave all of it. You always want to give back the best to who has given you, right? So what happened was, when I was younger, I did that. And I kept walking on that path. And I was like, I've been so broke, I couldn't even go to any place, even on my bike. I've been in those times, but the thing is, you need to be very, it's like karna hai to karna hi hai. And I was at that stage, you know, and even though all these things sort of killed me in every way, I was like, no bro, kuch nahi hone wala hai. Mere andar jo hai, he is the greatest. And nothing is going to, man cannot stop what God has for you. So I'm like, if you want to do it, you have to do it. So if you are very passionate about something, you have to just go for it and nail it.
ये बंदा ऐसे ही दिल जीतता है. So like I have one last question, but उसके पहले audience question, मतलब पता नहीं अभी कैसा होगा ना, तो last powerful question बचा के रखता हूँ. So like audience question.
थोड़ा बच्चे का सवाल है, but how did you arrange all the instruments? Like in what manner?
So in a band, you see there's a vocalist in the front, there's a guitarist, there's a keyboardist, there's a drummer. What else? A bass guitarist. All your instruments are there, right? So if you want to play everything together, and if you want to make your audience feel like there's nothing missing, then you have to put all of them in your head first. And I was like, ठीक है, drums का sound किधर से लेके आऊँगा? पीठ के पीछे. I usually attach it to my foot, so that's my drums. Guitar तो हाथ से बजा लेंगे. Guitar में the scene is that even now I feel like a little bit of my hands are still useless. I know like I have 13-14 instruments, but I still feel like some parts of my hands are useless. For example, this particular thumb is doing nothing but just holding the guitar from here. These four fingers are doing something. On my right hand, I used to, in my previous design, I used to use these 4 fingers to play the harmonica, and I used to manage the strumming with my thumb, because you generally use your entire hand, but ठीक है, just delegate work. So the entire thing was, if you want to give that full sound, then just put it on, and that's how I thought. I was like, ठीक है, क्या क्या missing है वो सब डाल देंगे. Yeah.
कोई और है?
So, you said that your first performance was with, you had a harmonica, you had a kazoo. So, like, how did you have any problems while playing it, or like?
Right. So actually, my first performance as a multi-instrumentalist was, I was in my FY, and my professor gave us this task of either you can sing a song by Bob Dylan, or you could recite some poetry. So pressure tha, and I told my ma'am, I'm not going to do Bob Dylan. Everyone is doing it. And last day of submission ke pehle, she was like, Gladson, if you don't give me the song, I'm going to cut your marks. I was like, ma'am, I'm just not comfortable. मेरे को same चीज़ नहीं करना है. कुछ अलग रहेगा तो मैं कर लेता था. Otherwise, I'll just do a poetry. She suggested me this artist called Billy Joel. Billy Joel has a song called The Piano Man. And if you go and watch that video, he plays the piano and he plays the harmonica. The next day was my assignment. I went back home, researched, and without practice, I just got the harmonica stand, went back on stage the next day, and that's my journey. And then from there, 2 instrument के बाद 5 हुए, 5 के बाद ऐसे बढ़ते गए. So yeah.
So yeah. So my last question, ठीक है? Just one.
Yeah.
So you know, हम लोग सब लोग बोलते हैं, अरे यार मेरे पास उतना टाइम होता ना तो तू बहुत कुछ करता, ठीक है? So right now we are in the stage and you have, you know, experienced all that.
I'm not an uncle.
No, I didn't say your uncle, bro. But I'm just saying कि, you know, even I say it to my juniors, like, right? So if you had the chance कि भाई तुम लोग के पास इतना टाइम है, like we have the student power and whatever it is, like तुम्हारे पास इतना टाइम है, अगर मैं होता तो मैं इतना कुछ करता, तो what will you be saying to them? Like,
we have just, I mean, a moment just passed. Whatever happened actually happened. So think about the next 5 minutes also. In the next 5 minutes, are you going to be doing something productive for yourself? This is like, take that moment. If you can make it, you make it. Else, you just lose it. That's it.
So thank you so much. I hope the crowd liked it. Gladson, bye. Thank you so much, guys.